Welcome back. Turning now to your weekend forecast. Live pictures this morning from the Appalachian Ski Mountain. Not a bad view out there at all. Looks cold, but not a bad view.
And it really isn't that cold, for at least for them. It's in the lower 40s, but typically this time of year they should be in the upper 20s. So everyone is kind of starting off warmer than average. Tradicia's looking at me like I'm crazy with talking about 42.
I know, I was about to say, that's cold for me for sure.
No, it definitely is. But just compared to where they should be, just because we've had such a warm February, so far. And this kind of goes to just show that February is going to end probably the same way that it has been for the majority of the month. We're seeing a lot of warmth and humidity this morning. That's actually prompted areas of patchy, locally dense fog. Our Dallas Tower Cam, you can see completely clouded over. In fact, the uptown view camera has been as well, kicking off this morning. Now, where visibility still is most dense is up toward areas like Morganton, Burke County. You can see northern Caldwell County, as well as over toward Cleveland County. It's kind of this strip there between Cleveland County. If you took maybe a northeast line and drove it diagonally all the way up there toward northern Iredell, and even a few spots in northern Alexander County. But at least everyone is seeing the cloudy skies this morning, even though the mountains look a lot better even than areas across the Piedmont. So your hour by hour forecast, of course, you can see that on satellite and radar. Starting off with a few more clouds. A lot of this is just due to the leftover fog conditions. And then this afternoon, even though we technically will have a lot of cloud cover officially overhead, a lot of that will be high cloud cover, and that will allow the sun to still shine through the clouds. So we're going to see those highs quickly reach the upper 60s. Wind coming in out of the south and west at about 5 or so miles per hour helps pump in that warmth and all of that, warm and muggy air continuously into our area, not just today, but actually into the last few days, that is, of February, the first few days of March, before we do see big changes as we head through the first few days and into next weekend. But of course, let's talk first about how we're going to end February. Again, a lot warmer than we have been even over the past week or so. Still in the mid to upper 70s for those last few days. And one of the reasons why is still that warm southwesterly wind ahead of a cold front. This one's going to be really weak, and it's going to try to bring us a few opportunities for rain. 20% across the Charlotte metro, better chances up toward the mountains, but it really never fully moves through. It kind of falls apart over us. And what happens there is we'll never cool down, so we keep the warmth and the moisture, but also winds are going to pick up too. In fact, wind gusts could peak close to 35 miles per hour across the Piedmont as we head through tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. And then up toward the mountains, even higher. I actually have some upper 40s, even lower 50s possible. And that would be enough of a threshold to prompt a wind advisory. Again, this will primarily be Monday afternoon and very early morning hours on Tuesday before we do start off a bit breezy and then kind of slowly die down throughout the day. But overall, not really bringing too much of an impact other than the wind. Of course, rain chances stay pretty low until we see this spike Thursday and Friday. I think this could be our next really big notable cold front that will bring us an opportunity for multiple days of some, I say cooler temperatures, but just where we should be for this time of the year. So after ending, again, those last few days in the mid to upper 70s, starting off March really similarly, look at those opportunities for rain. You can see Thursday and Friday, widespread showers, especially Thursday night and into Friday morning. And then we see those temperatures drop. Most spots in the upper 30s Saturday morning, upper 50s in the afternoon with a lot of sunshine. I will say that this is just a good reminder, like I showed you there just a few minutes ago, of why we do not, start to plant early just because January and February are warmer. In fact, typically we see our latest freeze sometimes in late March here in the Queen City, and it's been as late as May 2nd. So wait till after tax day if you really want to be almost 100% sure that your plants won't have an early death.